Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I've written 215 non-fiction Christian books on Amazon under the name Matthew Robert Payne, and I've got over 6,000 videos here on my YouTube channel. Perhaps you want to follow me. Um, in the Great Commission, Matthew 28, Jesus says, "Go into all the world and make disciples and baptize them in my name and teach them everything I've taught you." Um, and I just had the privilege yesterday, uh, last night, of prophetically passing on my prophetic and teaching mantle onto another person. If you follow my channel and you've heard videos of mine, you'll know the person, Tolu Sarah Johnson. But in case if you just tuned into this video, I met Tolu 2.5 years ago when she contacted me after reading a book of mine on heaven, and she informed me that her husband had just passed away, and she'd like me to take her on a simulated, I step her through a vision of heaven for her to be able to meet her deceased husband. I took her on a vision of heaven. She couldn't clearly see her husband. It takes a gift to be able to see in the spirit, and she couldn't exactly see him, but he spoke through me and gave her a message, and she was very encouraged. Since then, the Lord, Jesus, and the Father put us into work, and we interviewed about 60 different people in heaven, and the Holy Spirit would lead her into asking questions of the various saints in heaven, and the saints would speak through my prophetic gift. So we'd interview the Apostle Paul, and Paul would speak through me prophetically and answer the questions. I didn't know it at the time, but when I met Toulouse, she was very much steeped in religion, and she was bound in a cage of religion. She was bound. When I originally met her, she feared God, and she thought God was an angry God. She was scared of God. And after we'd interviewed about 60 saints, the Holy Spirit came upon her, and she said, "Why don't we interview God?" And we'd been interviewing saints and doing books with the interviews. So she probably thought we're just going to ask God about 20 questions and produce a book with our interview with God. Well, we've now done about 370 interviews with God, and Tulu has asked about 2 to 3,000 questions, and she's been led by the Holy Spirit to ask all those questions. And in the process of asking all those questions, she had, without her knowing it, she discipled herself. God used me to disciple her, and the religion was totally stripped out of her, and she's become really free. And she used to do things for God. She used to pray, and she used to read the Bible. She used to go to church. She used to do all these religious things and perform for God because she thought she had to do that to buy God's favor, to earn God's favor. And she's totally revolutionized now, where she does a lot for God, but she doesn't do it to earn God's favor. She doesn't do it because she feels less. She does it because she loves God, and God is leading her to co-labor with her. So in Matthew 28, it says to disciple people and teach them everything I taught you. And uh, discipling a person is no easy thing. And I've taught her so much of what Jesus taught. The information that I know about Christ has been so well assimilated into Tolu that she started her own YouTube channel 2 weeks ago, and she's got about 70 videos on there, and she teaches these profound truths that far eclipse my ability to teach. It's like I recognized my teaching mantle, my teaching gift on her life. And we were doing an interview in heaven yesterday, and one of the saints in heaven, a former witch, prophetically passed on my mantle to Tolu. Earlier in the day, I'd been feeling that it was time to hang up my coat. Earlier in the day, I was feeling that I pretty much done everything God required for me to do on earth, and I was feeling like uh, stopping the interviews with God and just spending my days watching YouTube and relaxing and making an occasional video just to keep myself happy. And I was seriously thinking of stopping the interviews with God, and God told me, or Jesus told me, that I'm like the chat GBT to Lou. Just like chat GBT is a wonderful tool for writing and creating. Jesus said that Tolu writes and Tolu does videos, but I'm her chat GBT. I'm her tool, and he says she's got tremendous teaching ability, but her resource, the place she gets the revelation from to teach from, is doing these interviews with God. So I'm basically retired, and I've ceased the work that I need to do. I don't need to teach on video anymore, but for Toulouse's sake, to provide her with revelation, for her to have a resource of understanding and knowledge to teach from. Could I please continue to do the interviews with God and Jesus and heaven to provide her resource? And, you know, ChatGPT, you don't need it. For thousands of years we existed and writers wrote without ChatGPT. It wasn't necessarily needed, but it is a very effective tool if you're a writer. It's effective in doing things. And so when Jesus said, I'm her ChatGPT, I understood what he meant. So yesterday in the interview we did with God, one of the saints officially, prophetically passed on the baton from me to her, and it's like we're in a relay race, and I physically passed on the baton, and she grabbed it, and the saint prophetically passed on my mantle. I think that's the first time I've been actively involved in discipling a person. I've taken her from the bondages of religion, where she, was trapped by what a religion says, and she had a fear of God, to totally being used to change her opinion of God, change her opinion of herself. She never used to be able to receive compliments. She never had a good self-esteem. She didn't feel loved. She didn't feel worthy of love, and all those things have changed. And she's not only understands the teachings of Jesus. She's actually started teaching on the parables of Jesus on her channel now. So if you want to learn from Tolu, if you follow my videos and you're a subscriber on this channel of mine, I encourage you to go to the description tag, and the first link in the description tag is a link to Tolu's new channel called Unboxed God, and I commend you to her. Uh, God bless you. I hope this was informative to you. Uh, Raising disciples. Tolu is like my daughter and my spiritual daughter. And I know I've written 5 or 6 books on the prophetic, and I know a lot of people have read those books on the prophetic, and I've raised a lot of sons and daughters that I didn't know. A lot of people have prophetically been trained in the prophetic by different Facebook groups that I ran, and I trained people. I've been trained, used to train up sons and daughters, but this is the first time I've reached a stage where my mantle has been physically given to another person, and um, I feel like Elijah going to heaven in a chariot, and the mantle dropping off and being put on by Elisha. Um, and it's a good feeling, and I really love Tolu. I encourage you to go to the link in the description tag and go to her channel and start to watch her teaching. I believe she's a better teacher than me, and that takes some humility to say, but she's so professional. God bless you, and thanks for listening to this video.